Welcome to Nicey Cinema. The purpose of this series is to record my progress as a drone pilot. At the time of recording this clip specifically, I have 30 hours in the simulator, in the liftoff simulator, and this is my first day on this map, so I don't really know all the turns that well. I'm still getting used to it. I just recently switched to the pinch method. I used to thumb. This is actually my first day as of recording this video on the pinch method. I found that I had a lot more control using the pinch method, so I stuck with it. It only took about a day or two to get completely used to. So I'm just going to show a couple of laps here in the simulator, and then we're going to go over to some footage I got with the actual drone. In total for week 1, I got 30 hours in the liftoff simulator and about 2 hours flying the actual DJI FPV drone in real life. And I actually did find a much better simulator in my opinion than liftoff. You'll see that for week 2. I start using that in my second week of training. I find that the simulators don't really feel exactly like real life. Like, you feel a bit heavier in real life, I guess, depending on the drone you use. I would say the simulator is best used for just getting a feel for what the sticks do to the drone, like how the drone will respond to you moving the stick in every direction, and just building muscle memory. That's probably the most help it's been so far. There's a bit of an overexposure here in this first clip. Don't worry, it gets better. I just had no idea how to use the camera on this thing when I first started flying. In the beginning here, I'm just trying to get a feel for how fast I'm actually going and how close I am to objects in real life with the goggles on. The simulator, you don't really learn that unless you have the goggles on, and even then, honestly, it's probably not accurate to real life. I was also practicing some split S moves that I saw on YouTube. I had a few close calls with the split S practice, and actually later on in this video, I believe I crashed trying to do one. So if you're tight on budget, I would definitely recommend getting more than 30 hours in the simulator before flying outdoors and manual. I crashed quite a few times. I believe in the first week I crashed 4 or more times. I mostly just lost a bunch of pairs of propellers. Definitely get a lot of propellers when you start out. You will crash and you will lose propellers. And you don't really want to not be able to fly when you spent all that time charging batteries and going out, and then you lose your propellers and now you got to go home and order some on Amazon or something. This is week 2 here in that second simulator I was talking about. It's really good for real world situations and stuff like this where I'm learning to slalom. I'm kind of swinging through these pillars, but I was pretty proud of that run. It definitely takes a lot of tries before I actually got used to trying slalom. I'm just going to show 2 clips of that, and then we're back to the real world. In week 2, I spent a lot more time flying in the real world, so I got about, I want to say 10 hours in Trip FPV, this second simulator here. It's much better than liftoff, depending on what you're using it for. If you're using it to try to learn to be a racer, then liftoff would be better if you're just trying to race. But if you're wanting to do cinematic flying and things like that, Trip FPV is much better. So just a minute ago you saw me trying to do slaloms in real life. I used light poles so that I had more space. And here I'm getting a bit more confident using the path on the road to kind of follow it and control my altitude, flying between trees and stuff. I definitely was a lot more confident by the end of week 2. I'm going a lot faster than I was in week 1. Trying some split S over shorter obstacles, which does not go well later on in the video. Just a few more split S attempts. Still not good at it. Still got to get the hang of it, but a bit better than the first week. So, see, I messed that one up, and I think this is the last one. I didn't really have my target in the camera, but it was still better than week 1 split S attempts. At least I think so. Now I'm trying to slalom trees, shorter gaps. For the most part, this is like the simulator. The simulator taught me to do that, and I came out. I didn't really crash much at all doing these between the trees because I had done it in the simulator so much. So that just shows that your skills from simulator to real life do translate. This will be my first crash. My first attempt at landing in manual mode did not go well. And this is me. I was gonna try to split S, and I just hit the tree. So yeah, not fun. So I tried to keep it short. I didn't realize I'd be talking this much, so I'm just putting some clips I got in. In the second week, I went out and recorded some stuff. You can see this on my channel or on my Instagram at Nicely Cinema. I think at the end of the second week, I had about somewhere between 3 to 5 crashes. I didn't count. I should have. I will in the future. I messed up a bunch of propellers. I think I cracked an arm, but it's still flying fine, so I haven't sent it in to get repairs or anything like that. I'll be posting a lot more of these cinematic clips on either this channel or my Instagram, and definitely keeping up to date with my progress. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get to them. I don't know how to do a YouTube outro, so I'm just going to awkwardly cut it here. Thanks for watching.